Lala. So, hi guys, this is CGTN reporter Cen Ziyuan. The reason why we start like this is because we want to give you a sense of what it looks like at the China Search and Rescue Team campsite here in Antakya. So I'm currently in the city of Antakya. Before we start, it's quite important to take a look at the cracks on the road. This is the cracks that happen when the earthquake hits, and yeah, you can see from time to time when earthquakes are happening multiple times, it will continue to be widening. So yeah, that's the situation here. The view here, you can see the flag behind me showing that this is a campsite for China Search and Rescue Team. The flag is waving. This is a command center that major decisions are being made. For example, where we are going to conduct the rescue mission, and also, oh my gosh, I got something in my eyes because it's so dusty here with all the buildings collapsed, so it's all mud in the wind. Let me keep doing so. There are two firefighters who will be sitting here to check. When they come back, they will use alcohol to sanitize their feet, and also this young man will also spray everybody to make sure that everyone come home safe and sound. And let's keep moving forward. I'm going to show you some of the equipments that they are using during the rescue mission. And you can see, let me show you all the boxes. You can imagine how many equipment that China Search and Rescue Team have bought to Turkey. And also the equipment, it's also powered by electricity as well as, for example, powered by battery. There are major difference between those two because it's so hard to get electricity here, and especially it's so cold. So, and also whether to use the electricity one or battery power one depends on if they need bigger tools or small tools. I'm going to keep moving on to this side. This is how cold it is. You can see frost was here in the morning, and now it's all become water since the temperature begins to rise. And this is what I mean. We don't have electricity here because of the earthquake. This is the hardest hit region here, according to the Minister of Health in Turkey. He said that Antakya is the most worst hit area here without power. Pretty much we use gas to power our electricity every night. That's why you will hear this sound along the way, because this is the only way we can heat up stuff and also keep electricity and charge our phone, and how we survive. And since there's no electricity, there's no light. So how can we survive here? This is a huge balloon light here after me, powered by gas, and then bring electricity up here. So this is what we are relying on here. Meanwhile, this is pretty much a storage for all the equipments that they will use during the search and rescue mission. For example, this will pretty much cut the steel of the building structure, and then they can remove it because, you know, when building collapse, not only the concrete will fall, but also the steel will be sticking out. They pretty much had to cut them off to make sure that the path is all clear for person to rescue. Little shuffle, you can see still mud on it, and also this is the one that they can pretty much cut through the concrete and break them down so that they can remove it and find the exit for the person who are trapped inside. One of the key technology that we are seeing here is actually radar. This is the mostly used equipment that we are using here during the rescue, because by this time, it has been over 150 hours. So yesterday, one person was being rescued by China Search and Rescue Team, and that was more than 150 hours. Think about it. How they localize, find that person is through radar. This is the radar that they use. This is a radar that they use to send signal pretty much down to 20 meters. I talked to them. Most of the time during their search, the person is trapped about 2 to 3 meters underneath the ground. But this one, they can scan down to 20 meters. And also, why this equipment is so amazing, because it can identify whether this is a person or a pet or an animal, because how human heart is quite different from animal's heart. So this radar can help identify if there is a person alive underneath. So when after the scan of the radar, they still believe there is a possibility of a person survive underneath the ground. That means, and then they would use this to drill a hole, and then there is a 360 camera that can capture sound and image to make sure if there's a person inside. So it's like a double security. After you use radar to check to get the sound wave where the person is, then you would use the drill to open a hole, allowing you to put the equipment in and see what's actually inside. So this is a good combo that when they go out to find whether there is people there, they will use it to do like a double security check. And this is the medical tent. So the rescue mission that the China Search and Rescue team are carrying out this time is not focusing on medical support. It's majority focusing on rescue mission. So this is a medical tent that they are using, and these are the nurses who is keep checking our health condition, and you can see that they are working on now. And this is the spray sanitizing. 你们一天消杀几次呢? So they will pretty much spray and also sanitize the campsite twice a day, and you can see all the equipments, including face masks and also, for example, bandage they will use, and they have this emergency response medical box here. You can see here also the medicine that we will be using. For example, some of the team members will get a cut on their finger. They will pretty much shoot them on site as soon as possible, because there are also other consequences follow if you don't treat them on time. And also the gloves. 能打开吗？帮我打开一下。And you can see blood pressure. And 这些片都是干啥的？降压药。Lower the blood pressure to prevent the sensitivity of your skin, or radish and stuff. And this is also a bandage to make sure, for example, someone sprayed their ankle. There is a scissor to cut, so it's pretty well equipped. 哎，这两个好像药还不太一样。这个偏内科，这个偏外科。So this is for injure on the surface, for example, a cut, something it's broken, they can treat it very on time. But this one, for example, you got a stomach ache, you got high blood pressure, they would treat it using this one. So this have different use. 然后我要来这边就是看一下。So they will have a medical test every day for us, because I'm living on a campsite. So when I walk in, they would check my blood oxygen level. 然后我们来测一下血氧。对，今天还没有报，就是来这里报。I haven't checked in today, so. 要多少？就是。这个血氧100的95以上就可以，心率就正常60到100。So blood oxygen should be above 95. I'm pretty good. I'm 99, so I'm in a good mood today. 然后这个是咱们正常。So normally we would do a blood pressure test as well. So this is a station that we're supposed to check in every day, and also they will get vitamin B and C. And this is pretty much the monitor situation that they have here. So when we need them, they will be here. And also after the rescue mission here at the, 我要给我们这边的老师一个镜头，你看 this is the people who work behind us, and also they're the medical staff who keep us healthy and safe. And we are slowly exiting because they are standing by at all time, and we should not disturb them. And this is the medical tent that we just visited. And also I'm going to turn around here. There are more equipment. You can see the little difference between, this is a larger size. I actually talked to them. I did a little vlog on the equipment that they use. This is a higher power one, more efficient, but it really depends on the location that they need to go to rescue. For example, if it's more on surface, they're able to use this one, and harder surface. But for example, the one I just showed, it's more sensitive, it's more gentle, that will lower the damage to the person who buried inside. So it really depends on the location they choose to conduct their rescue mission, and it really depends on their landscape. And you're able to see more tents on my left-hand side. These are where the storage is, for example, for supplies for blankets. It's very cold in here, even though I'm sweating right now because the temperature difference is so huge. And you can see boxes of ramen noodle being put in outside. The reason why they rely on instant food so much is because, first of all, we don't have electricity. And then second of all, we don't know when the rescue team members will come back. So this is what they're relying on. We also got something bought from China here. And then there is a special tent here. So this is the tent where the rescue dogs are staying at. The reason I don't want to go inside is because, first of all, they are very sensitive. They are trained to smell and sniff around the location where people are potentially being trapped. And currently they are resting. As you know, the tent is not huge, and they have to stay in their kennel. So the reason I don't go in there is just because I don't want to bug them, because one of them pretty much walked a whole day and sniff around trying to find the person who is buried underground, who is still alive. So this is pretty much the golden time for them to sleep. And we'll continue to come along this side. And so this is with the China Search and Rescue Team, and what I will show you here is the Hong Kong Search and Rescue Team, and they are the fire department, representing by the Hong Kong Fire Department firefighters here. They are also along with us. So how we're carrying out this mission is they would do their part, and we will pretty much find our location. When we need assistance, we will work together, but majority of the time we work separately. So this is the location is. And also, just because the temperature is so low here, the woods are for setting fire. So you can see piles of wood here. It's not here for like random purposes, but it's actually here for fire purposes, because the weather is so cold. You can pretty much see all the locations have a fire pit everywhere at this location. So this is why the woods are here. And the key part it's about to being shown is how we are surviving. What are we relying on, and where the foods are coming from. So you can see a whole bunch of water here, and there is actually differences for water. So you can see this bottle of water. I drink them every day, but I don't know what size they are. So they're 500 milliliter. So this is the water that we drink, but I'm gonna show you a larger size. Oh my gosh, it's so loud here because you need power to cook food. You can't just hang around, you know. So this is the location that they prep food. And I just to show you that, so the smaller bottles are for drinking. These larger bottles are for cooking. So there is a difference normally how they're using this. And then we got rice cooking on. Will be our lunch. You can see the steam coming from. This smells so good. So this is what we have been relying on. But as you see, is plug in with power. 就是那个吃茶的电的. It's plug in with power because this huge equipment really needs a lot of power. So this is how they are cooking our rice while we are here without electricity. And this is a very important part Chinese need to drink warm water. It keeps us warm. And this is a location where they boil hot water. 这个吸了吗？我可以打开看看吗？会烫吗？ This is a warm water that they boil for the team members here for drinking purposes, also for instant noodle. So this is how we have warm water for all the instant noodle to drink, and also sometimes in special, because when they need to go into buildings to duck through and find a person, it's all dust and mud on their hat here, and also hand, finger, back of the ear. So sometimes they will rinse. We will show you the shower purpose, not really shower, but washing purpose water. And the key part is coming up. That's the kitchen. 这是羊肉吗？
对，羊肉。
So
羊肉，等会萝卜烧羊肉。
So it's carrot and lamb. 这够多少个人吃呢？
这个120。
It will meet the need for 120 people. 那边烧的不一样吗？
等会一般在一起。
哦，我要围观一下萝卜。And so that's the meat, and that's the veggie that goes with the lamb. 哦，这个是挡风的是吗？哦 this is the little thing to stop the wind coming in. Warm food. You know how important it is for us. We were relying on instant noodle for 3 days since we got here. And then local enterprises give up all the footages. And now you're seeing they're cutting eggplant, the second dish that we are having for the lunch. 你这一天要切多少茄子呀？
切个50斤吧。
50斤。
对，红烧茄子，中午。
So 50 grams of eggplants for lunch. And this is how the progress. And this is yet to finish. So this is pretty much their job since like 你要从几点开始切？
我们吃过早饭以后，主要是有的队员去现场，吃过早饭以后就准备中午的饭，9点左右吧。
So they begin to cook, like cut them up by 9 and start preparation by 9, because that time some of the team members will be heading to rescue mission, the location of the rescue mission, and then they will start prepping lunch for them. But most of them don't return home to eat. This is for people who are home, or those officials who went to have meetings with UN teams, for example, UN liaison, and also other people here, and then they come back to eat. And you can see little peppers. 哎，我的倪老师呢？我的倪老师去哪里了？能帮我找一下他吗？ And these are the supplies. Look at this huge shovel. Oh my gosh. Is it shovel? Maybe it's not what I'm saying is not correct, but you can see the image. It's in a huge size. 来，我先让您进来。对，开始了呀。也不用，就这儿，那边我介绍完了，就这儿吧，从这儿开始吧。
这是我们救援队员啊，正在做饭。今天是这个今天做什么菜？青椒烧茄子。这是炖羊肉是吧？炖羊肉，这是我们今天的一个肉菜。
This is our meat dish of the day, and then we have pepper and eggplant mixed veggie.
现在就是我们是有2个灶，还有一个锅。现在这3个呢，就能满足我们200人，每天呢2菜1主食，
So according to need, this can pretty much feed 200 people here. We are not only feeding our own team member, we're also feeding the Hong Kong team member. So this pretty much, the 2 pot that you're seeing with the one that's boiling water pretty much meets the demand here that we need to use.
这位是我们这个救援专家，然后需要到现场之后去现场回来之后你就过来自动来做饭，因为我们现在是保障人员人手比较少，只要大家这个一有时间都要过来帮厨。
So we don't have that many staff members here because cooking needs a lot of time. So this young man, kind of gentleman who is cutting now, sometimes he will go outside, but when he's free, he's not working. Maybe he's rotating. He will be here cutting eggplant. So you see how we are coping with the cold weather as well as feeding ourselves. 太厉害了！哎，您是负责通信的，还是您是主要负责？
现场搜救的。
所以您跟就是龙哥他们差不多类似。
对。
啊，明白。So he is actually in charge of search and rescue, like other team members. So pretty much working on the front line that we're seeing. 好嘞，我们来到这一边。
这桌子上摆的都是我们一些个调料的食品，主要是为队员回来之后吃饭调剂。你比如说这是辣酱，还有一些橄榄菜、火腿肠啊，这个榨菜、卤蛋，队员回来这早晨吃稀饭的时候进行调剂，可以当这个副食。
So these are some of the snacks that they are able to enjoy. For example, salty eggs, also salty veggie that goes with, for example, noodles, chicken sausage that we have here that's bought from China. They can eat it with their noodles or rice. For example, this one it also goes very well with rice just by itself.
这一侧呢是我们一些个辅助的食品。那么辅助食品主要是在队员回来之后啊，在很短的时间要来解决一些饥饿的问题。这是饼干，这是罐头，这是方便面、八宝粥。
So what he's saying that these are 就这边这个 so this instant for example canned food 漏水了咋的 some of it's dripping 对冻坏 so it's because the temperature is so low it's frozen. This is the canned beef that we bought from China, and then this is canned fish 是豆豉鲮鱼是鱼 fish here.
你拿一下那个能量棒下边那个。
好嘞。
我给大家介绍。
好 this is the energy bar. This is a big important thing.
能量棒，那么这个能量棒啊，主要是对于我们现场行动队员之后，到了现场之后啊，因为是现场行动队员，他是24小时是不间断的。如果体能消耗很大的时候，可以吃上这么一块，马上就恢复体力，继续进行救援。
So this is an important energy bar. It's coated with sugar. I think it's chocolate, right? Let me see the. Can't see. 它是巧克力的吗？这个我还没。
它这个是。
是巧克力的，我看到了，有巧克力。So it's coated with chocolate and also nut and fruit dry fruit inside to help pretty much the team member who are there rescuing people. They can restore their energy pretty quickly to go back to their work because digging through those concrete and cutting through those steel is not that easy, especially the building structure that this local has. It's so hard to break down those concrete. They have to drill, they have to use radar repeatedly those steps to make sure that the person who trapped inside is safe. 咱们是看仓库了吗？好 and we are going in to check out the storage. 然后咱们出来，您再给我讲一下菜单。
好的。
哎，
这是我们的就是采购的食品库房，采回来的这个主副食品都放在这个帐篷里面。
So this is the location where we put our fruit, veggie, and also fruits.
这是我们最近2天这个。
Sorry.
在使馆的这个大力支持下，还有我们这个中国在驻土耳其的一些个企业，非常很给力，每天给我们采购这些个食品送过来。现在呢，既有青菜，也有一些水果，应该是都能够满足我们救援队员，这个食品的保障。这一侧也是，这是土豆啊，还有鸡蛋等等。
所以我们来的时候其实是没有的，
对，
是他们后来送过来的。
那个我们在来的时候前3天的时候，是不是我们还吃不上热饭？
对，所以我也记得是前3天
对，
吃不上热饭。
前3天由于这个当地这个城市啊，因为到目前也是一些个食品采不到， 那么这些个食品都是从上百公里以外，那么使馆呢经过协调，然后采购送过来。所以说前3天的时候，我们都是吃的即食的食品，这个吃主要是吃即食食品和方便面和从国内带的方便面，特别是来的第1天的时候，那么第1天我们连夜搭帐篷和第2天的早晨，那么我们由于油料也是当地买不着油料，那么从很远往我们这个行动基地没有到，所以说我们当天的晚上和第2天早晨都是喝的冰的矿泉水，吃着即食食品。我们所有的队员。
So this is the fruit and veggie that provided by Chinese embassy in Turkey, and all the fruit that you're seeing here. We didn't be able to have any warm food in the first 3 days. We were drinking cold bottles of water. You can see potatoes here, also green onions. These are material being sent by and organized by Chinese embassy from miles away, 100 miles away, to make sure that we can have our warm food. So, yeah, what you're seeing, it's quite difficult.
再说一下，那么这些个食品我们最近2天能吃上这个热饭，能吃着每天中午跟晚上，能都有2个菜。这主要是还得要感谢一下我们当地的驻土耳其使馆的工作人员和在当地的驻华的在当地驻土的一些个民营企业给我们大力的支持。我在这里代表中国救援队表示非常的感谢。
So this is the material organized by Chinese embassy in Turkey, and also local enterprises here, Chinese company owned by Chinese. And we are actually we're going to check out the menu here, and we are able to have 2 dishes along with fruit and, for example, rice. This is very hard. Thanks to them, we're able to enjoy some of the warm meals.
我们为了方便队员在这个每天吃什么，我们也做了一个有计划性的，我们列了一个食谱，早餐吃什么，午餐做什么。比如我们今天的午餐就叫萝卜炖羊肉，青椒炒茄子，还有一个橙子水果加米饭，我们这样就是荤素搭配，这是晚餐的食谱。
So we can even have a menu now. How crazy is that? So this is the option that we have for breakfast, and 2 main dishes that you saw that will be for our lunch, which mean I would get an orange for my lunch, and then we have rice, and then for dinner we got a drumstick, chicken drumstick, and then we got veggie with tofu, banana, Chinese pancake, and rice to choose from. So, wow. 好，我们去水那边说一下。And we want to show you the washing purpose use of water here. And yeah, this is my daily life too. Like I stationed here. I finally got my cameraman today. Almost brought me into tears, but and also this is the water bottles that they use.
我们烧1天24小时，保障就是队员们随时回来都有热水喝。烧完了之后，我们这是用暖瓶打的放在这了，这样便于队员回来如果吃个泡面，及时能有热水。
So this is the hot water for us to drink, and also they will pretty much boil them 24 hours to make sure that they will be able to use it for the instant noodle. They were able to got instant noodle when they come back, because sometimes they come back like midnight. So it's and also you can see the cracks is everywhere. I'm not saying that there is one crack on the entrance that I was sitting at, but here is another crack that caused by this is originally a parking lot. Think about it, flat, no cars here, and then now all the cracks on the roads. 好，来，咱们来。
我说一下在哪块，在哪个节的，我随便说可以裁剪是吧？
好，
就是说一下我们保障从那块说一下。
可以啊，可以啊。我也特别好奇保障，就是，
那个谁呀，把这给我掀开一下。我们这 正在做饭。那么我们做饭的就是有2个锅，这2个锅啊，还有这个蒸米饭的。那么这3个锅能每天保障近200人的这个队员吃饭。因为我们中国救援队是有80多人，中国香港救援队也有62人。由于香港救援队来的时候，就是他呢不具备这个生火做饭的条件，那么我们统一让我们中国救援队来统一来保障，所以说我每天加上保障人员近200人的这个生活来保障啊。
So for us, the Chinese team member has a total of China Search and Rescue has a total of 82. That include me as well because I tag along. Then I'm the journalist with them. And then the 82 here on the campsite. And then there are 64名是吗？62. So 62 of the team members from Hong Kong also relying on us. 可以盖起来了，我怕可以了啊。62 of them are Hong Kong, and also other the rescue team representing the society, meaning the Shenzhen. They also eat here. 深圳的也在这吃吗？我看不在深圳的。So Shenzhen doesn't eat here, but we also have some supporting staff. For example, the translator from the Chinese embassy here in Turkey. So this is the location that they will be using to enjoy their meals, and we are feeding 200 mouths here. So this is what we are experiencing here on the campsite with the China Search and Rescue team.
水这块我再说一下，就是前3天的时候就是没有水。
So the first 3 days we don't have water.
这是我们的饮用水，保障队员的饮用水。
This is our drinking water.
这个水是对我们这个非常很珍贵，因为我们来的时候从国内带了一些个饮用水，那么我们到了之后啊，由于到现在啊，当地这个水还基本上没有供应上，那么我们前3天的时候，那么我们所有队员都是限量的，那么每人每天4瓶矿泉水，一直到昨天呢，我们每名队员啊才能洗上脸，才能洗上脸。这些个水也是后来就是我经过使馆和当地的这个驻华的民营企业给我们采购，然后送过来，也非常感谢他们的这个支持。
So we bought some water. Every person is able to only get 4 bottles of water every day because what we carry from the airplane from China is definitely not enough for 82 people surviving here for so far more than 6 days now. We have been staying here in Antakya. This is also supplied by Chinese embassy in Turkey and also local enterprises owned by Chinese here in Turkey. So this is what we've been relying on. We finally got able to wash our hands and faces and also hair yesterday. Just yesterday is my first time to wash my hair as well. So yeah, that's life being here. Okay. And he is showing us the water that we use to rinse our hair, feet, hand. This is only for washing purposes, not drinking purposes.
这是一个水袋，那么这个水是从昨天当地政府现在它这个水源还没有，由于地震啊，它的当地的水管全都破坏了，到现在还没有。这是 UCC 经过联系然后昨天这是第一次给我们送来1吨半的这个生活用水。那么我们也是要求大家从昨天开始可以洗脸这个水要求大家还要节约，每人也要限量的使用。
So this is a water coordinated by UCC. The UCC is the coordinator center for example, the rescue mission for disaster. And this is 1.5 ton of water that they brought us after coordination, days of coordination. Just because all the water pipes are broken, we don't have water supply here locally. And this is what we got. So we finally, all the team members are able to wash their hair as well as being able to wash their face after coming back. This is treasure for us, and thanks for those people representing Chinese embassy in Turkey as well as local enterprises.
好吧，
好，那您的这个部分我这边就采完了。
好，谢谢。好。
Yeah, so thanks to him, and this is the supplies that we got, and this is the water bag that he bought. 小心后面有裂缝啊。And again, more cracks, and remember the first one I show you is very tiny, but look at this one. I can even put my fist down. Maybe not my feet, but my fist. So yeah. Pretty much, yeah, I can put my feet down too, but not with my shoes. So you can see how wide the gap is, and also you can see, for example, look at this. The round shape has moved all the way to the other side. 你看这个井盖原本的这个形状和现在这个形状 it has been widening so bad. And there is one gap that I pay special attention to because it's getting wider and wider in this past few days. 往前面走走看看那个裂缝都快成坑了。So it's a gap, but now it's become a hole. I feel like you can also see some of the erosion, and also look at this gap. It's been widening from day to day, and we can't even do anything with it anymore. 拍一下吧。And also the team from Shenzhen is also staying here. 就深圳真正公益救援队也在我们的后方。So this is the people that with us stationed at our campsite, but they are not eating or using our supplies. So sometimes if they need help, we'll offer them help, but not quite. 让我们看一下雪山吧。So according to local introductions, behind me, if you can see a little bit of the snow-capped mountain behind me. On the other side, according to local tourists who are living here, on the other side is Syria. Even though you can really see the mountain, but on the back side of it, it's Syria. So we are pretty much in the border area between the two countries, and this is the worst hit area in this earthquake. And it's time to show you where I sleep because it's pretty tough. It's below zero during night, and we don't have much clothes or blanket, and yeah. So it's been pretty tough for girls. I didn't shower for the past few days, and I just got to wash my hair yesterday. And again, from this side, 看一下这个营区吧。从这个角度看，不用往前走了，就这个给一个大景。And 就是我从这边走过来。So this is the sleeping area, and I remember where I was sitting. The two people who were standing there. That was my location. And then a little bit far ahead, the main tent is the command center where they will make major decision of where they're going to every day. Been talking too much, start rambling here. And then far on my right hand side is the equipment that we walk through. So this is pretty much the layout of the campsite. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the sleeping tent that I'm staying at. And also, this is a tent of AFAD. This is pretty much the emergency response department that they send some help here. For example, translator, we were able to find translator inside, but some of the college students who were stationed here had already went home. So yeah, so they went home and left us being here. And more cracks on the road. Pretty much you need to watch where you're going. And I am showing you where I'm sleeping. This is the tent. We have 14 tents, I think. I never count them during the day. And this is where we sleep. If the light is good enough, you can see I have one layer. This is my water bottle. 2 layer. Oh, my blanket's falling. And then we have a sleeping bag. and I have 2 layers of heavy jacket, and this is where we are staying overnight. We have piles of blankets over here, so you can see that it's very, very cold, and this is our personal stuff laying around. And then 给个大景吧，我想说有多少个床位。So we have 6 people on the bottom rack, and then we have 6 on top. But because we are girls, we got special treatment. Only 4 of us stay in this one. But before, 1 local and 1 translator actually also stay in this tent. So this is our life here in Turkey. But thinking about it, I already have a tent. But for those who lost their home, they're sleeping on the roads with blankets and available materials they're able to dig out. So it's not easy. This is what disaster brings, especially the earthquake minor shakes are still happening from time to time. Yesterday at a rescue mission, the building was collapsed and the rescue team member was underneath and the ground started shaking and things start falling apart. They have to use a digger to extend the arm to make sure that building is not falling onto the rescue team member. So it's really challenging here. Even though China Search and Rescue Unit has not given up yet, they're out in locations to still looking for possibility of people who are surviving at this location. But I hope more good news will come, and we're all hoping for the miracles. So I think we're going to wrap up our live stream here today. My throat is already dry, and I'm just going to end up here, and make sure to follow CGTN for more on the reporting of the earthquake. I will be around in Antakya for a few more days, and make sure to tune in. Bye for now.